Building a user authentication from scratch can be a massive headache, especially if you want to do it in a secure way. If you are deploying your application on serverless, for instance Cloud Run on Google Cloud, you can take advantage of Firebase Auth. And let me show you that on example. So here's my application. I've got this nice open for everyone welcome page with sign in button. When I click it, I can select one of my accounts to log in. Once I'm logged in, I have an access to the actual content of the application. So in this case, let's generate an image of a bison sitting in front of a laptop. Let's go. So this part of the application is only available for authenticated users, and I don't have to care how to authenticate those. I just ask Google to do that for me. And here it is, our image of Biden sitting in front of a laptop. Cute, right? So once the user is logged out, he cannot access the application, right? There's no way to access the application. And that's what I want to show you in this tutorial, how to set it up. So if that sounds interesting, stick around and let's go straight to the console. This is my Google Cloud project. If we navigate to Cloud Run, you can notice I do have one service ready called Hello. So if I go inside the service, you can see there's an URL. If I open that, we've got a simple welcome page. And I simplified the application a little bit just for the sake of the tutorial. So I've got our app.py written in Flask. As you can see, that's the simplest possible Flask, I think. Very simple Docker file. Also requirements txt only with Flask, and templates with index.html with very simple HTML with some CSS style as well, right? So we've got our simple application, and it is accessible for everyone. If we go for security type, you can see the authentication is public access by adding all users. I noticed recently Google does that when you publish the application with no authentication allowed. Anyways, let's change the permissions. So I want to show you something. If we remove this all users, and instead of all users we will add, let's say, our user, it might not work the way you envision that. So let me show you that on example. If I create a new access right for my user with a Cloud Run invoker role, so the role necessary to run the Cloud Run, it will work, and I will prove it to you that it will work, but probably not in the way you think it does. So the authentication is changed. If I now try to access the application from the web browser, even though I'm logged into that user in that web browser, I'm getting forbidden message. And same when I go for the command line interface, and again, that's the command line where I'm logged in and as that user, and with curl command, you can see I also cannot access the page. I got for free forbidden. To access that, I actually have to provision the identity token in the request, as you can see here in the authorization section, access the page, and that will work as fine, right? But it's probably not what you want it to, because there is no like login screen, etc. This could have been achieved with Identity Aware Proxy, but that comes with its own set of rules. I will create a separate video about that, so check out my channel. In the meantime, let me reinstate all user access, so you can access the app without any authentication upfront. Thanks to that, you can design the welcome page, which describes maybe the application, gives different options to sign in, which we will do right now. So as you can see, the access is granted back. Without any authentication, we can access our application. So let's navigate to Firebase console, because we are going to use Firebase Auth. First, you have to create the project, and actually the project is already there in Google Cloud, right? So we don't really need to create a new project. We just have to create the connectivity between existing Google Cloud project and Firebase. So in this case, I will pre-select the existing project, go with continue, and a couple of questions. I'm informed that my Google Cloud project has billing enabled, so by extension also Firebase plan will have billing enabled. This is understandable. I will opt out from the Google Analytics, not needed in this case, and the project is being kind of created for us. At least the Firebase side of that project is being created, which shouldn't take that long. Once the project is there and it is created, nice, we can go ahead and do a simple configuration. So the first thing we're going to do is in build section, let's go for authentication and enable access to authenticate via Google provider. So let's get started. Select Google as a provider. As you can see, there are different providers here, and obviously you can work with different ones, but today I want to focus on the Google one. I have to change the public facing name. Well, I don't have to change that, but let's change that to hello. And let's add the support email for the project, which will be my email from, well, the same project, right? And click save. And that's all you have to do from the authentication side. It will probably take a couple of seconds, but once this is done, we are all set here. Now, another thing we have to do, we already know what's the URL or the address page of our application. So let me copy that and add that in settings and authorized domains. So we authorize access to Firebase Auth from that particular domain, right? That's the security switch. So let me add that as well. Here you would add your custom domains as well if you use custom domains. And let's go to project overview and we are ready to create an application. So let's click create app. Let's select web. Let's give it a name. In this case, let's call that hello, since that's a simple hello. I don't need Firebase hosting, so we just have hello app. Let's go next. And we should see a code snippet that we are going to use for the authentication. Since I'm not using JavaScript npm, let's go for use a script tag and let's copy the code snippet that we just got. It will be very handy later on. Let me open a new file and just put that as a temporary file for now. All right, I don't like the colors, so let's save it as .html, and that should give us a bit nicer look. Yeah, that's it. All right, so that's everything we need to do from the Firebase console. Now we can take the code from index.html, create a new file login.html. We use the same context, just edit it a little bit, so we do not welcome unauthorized people. So it is still nice to see you, but please authenticate. So you need to log in to access this page. And we are not used to say hello to strangers, so let's remove the hider message as well. And obviously we need to add a button. So in this case, I will add a simple HTML with the ID because I'm going to later use the ID to call that script. So let me copy the code snippet we got from Firebase console and let's put it over here below the button. And let me just fix a little bit the size so you can see the whole file. Let me also fix the indentation, I suppose, to make sure it looks a bit nicer and it's easier to read. All right, more or less, not perfect, but good enough. And let's fix that to do. So in this case, we are importing getAuth, sign in with popup and Google Auth provider from Firebase Auth. We also need to initialize auth that we just imported. And we have to add logic what happens when someone clicks the button. So sign in with popup will appear. We are going for JWT token. Once we got the token, we send it to session login endpoint. If the answer is okay from Flask, that's perfect. If there's any kind of error, we just catch the error and well, print it out to the console. All right, so that's everything we need to do from the login page. Let's navigate back to our Flask application. And first of all, let's add some of the imports we are going to use from Flask and also Firebase admin and from Firebase admin credentials and auth. All right, that seems okay. Now we have to initialize the Firebase admin app, right? So we've got try and accept to initialize Firebase admin SDK. Once this is done, after app Flask is initialized, let's add some comments when the endpoint starts and finish. It's going to get easier to read the code. So let's add another endpoint for login. And in this case, we just call login.html, simple as that. And also the session login, so the one that will be called from the login. So first of all, we want to catch the ID token we just generated. And once we've got ID token, Well, let's make sure if there is no ID token, we have to return error, no ID token. And if there is an ID token, let's create a try except block. So we've got a placeholder for try. Let's add some exceptions. So for 1, if the token is invalid, and 500 if there's any other issue. So we catch all other issues with 500. And with this try block, try block, let's create a cookie. So by default, the JWT token is valid for 1 hour. So in this case, let's use create session cookie with 5 days. Obviously, you can change the date or the length. If that succeeds, let's respond with status success, and let's set a cookie, and let's do it in the secure way. So HTTP only, secure, and same site strict. And let's return the response. And that's everything we need to do in this endpoint in the session login. All right, so that's done. Since we can log in, it will be good to have option to log out, right? So let's add an endpoint to log out as well. It's going to be quite simple. All we have to do is redirect the person to log in and delete the cookie that we just created while logging in. And let me clean up this file a little bit to make it at least a bit nicer. Okay, so we've got login, we've got logout, we've got our index.html and login.html templates, which is great. Let's also add the button in the index.html. So since we do have a possibility to log out, it would be good to give user an option to do so, right? Okay, so we are halfway there, but one thing is missing. If someone unauthorized access like the main page, it will just he or she will just receive the main page, right? So there is no mechanism to force the login. So for that, we are going to use the global authentication mechanism that in Flask makes sure that all the requests are going through check auth, in this case, function. For fast API, there's another way to do so without any API, without any frameworks. You can also obviously achieve that with the logic. In this case, let's take advantage of that. So unless user is going for login or session login or actually trying to access static, which has our CSS, you require login. So in this case, check if session is there. If there is no session, redirect user to login. If there is a session, check if the session cookie is valid with Firebase Auth. If it is, then redirect user to endpoint. If it isn't, redirect user to login, right? So that's it. That's the whole logic. It sounds, or it seems like a lot of changes, but when you think about it, it's actually quite logical. So we are all set. Let's try to build the new revision of our application. So I have a command somewhere here. Yeah, let me find that in the history. gcloud run deploy hello, and let's build it. I will speed up the build process a little bit because usually it takes around 1 to 2 minutes and we don't want to waste that much time. All right, and we've got error. I love those, don't you? Let's check the logs and let's see what is the error. And yep, we are calling Firebase admin module, which doesn't exist because, surprise, surprise, I import that in the app.py, but I never added it to our requirements.txt. So let me fix that right away. Let's add Firebase admin. Let's stick to the version, and let's take the newest one because why not, right? And once this is done, let's try to build the application again, and hopefully this time it will succeed. So again, let me speed up the process a little bit so you don't have to wait 2 minutes to see if it works or it doesn't. And yes, and within a couple of seconds we've got our application built. So let me go ahead and refresh the page. And we see now our nice login page, right? You need to log in to access this application. And even if I go for the root page, I'm redirected to login, so I have to log in. Let me click sign in with Google. We've got our pop-up window. I select one of my accounts. And because I'm signing in for the first time, I have to accept that I'm sharing my name and email address. with the page, and once I'm there, hey, I'm signed in, right? Oh, hi, nice to see you, and I've got the nice logout button. And if I click logout, I obviously am being logged out and my session is gone, right? So this part is working. Let's try to do something more. Let's add a new endpoint called who I am, where we will try to greet a user with the name we got from the user once he logged in, right? So the logic is quite simple. We are going to use a global g.user to get the name. Let me just import g as well from Flask to make sure we avoid future mistakes or errors. And we need to provide it somewhere. So I think check auth is a good place where we decode claims. We just specify that g-user is actually our decoded claims. And that's it. That should work. Now we obviously need a template, right? So let me again copy the index.html, create a new file. Let's call that whoami.html because I specified the name in the endpoint. And let's change it a little bit. Let's add our first name, the one that we are providing to the template to generate, and maybe a link to go back to the main page as well. Yeah, and new line, yeah. I think that should look nice. All right, I think we are ready to rebuild our application with new functionality. And again, speeding up the building process a little bit. And once the build is completed, a new revision will be deployed and we will be ready to test it out. All right, so let's test it out. Let's refresh the page just to make sure I'm on the last revision. Let me log in again. And once I'm logged in, I can see the page. Obviously, I forgot the link to who am I, so let me put that manually, who am I? And I see my name. Oh, hi there, Tomek. Super, that works. That works fine. So I can go back to the main page, log out, and I'm out. And now even if I try to go for who am I will be redirected to login page because I don't have a valid session. So that works great. One thing to pay attention to, and let me navigate back to Google Cloud, Cloud Run, and see which service account is being used to run this Cloud Run service. And as you can see, that's the one. Let me navigate to identity and access management and let's see the permissions because there's one important thing you have to pay attention to. In this case, my service account has Firebase Authentication admin access. And because within our Cloud Run, so with the service account, we create a session cookie, we definitely need this users create session permission, probably users get as well. So for demo, the predefined role is fine. For production, probably create the custom role with minimum set of permissions. Okay, this feels like a good place to finish. Just remember today we were talking about authentication. We didn't even touch authorization. So I check who you are, but I'm not checking what you can do, right? Check out my channel for future videos. I will also cover authorization. And for now, thanks for watching. Have a good day and see you in the next one.